Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here, got another Master Duel video for you, coming at you with some gameplay for my Fiendsmith Punk list. Yesterday we posted the combo guide. If you're interested in checking that out and seeing how this deck operates, feel free to check that out in the description below. But I want to talk a little bit about the build specifically here, and then we're going to go into some live gameplay on Ranked Ladder. So, it's honestly a relatively self-explanatory build, especially as far as the main deck goes. We're playing the Fiendsmith stuff, and we're playing all of the relevant Punk stuff as well. For the new Punk stuff, we have a full playset of 3 no Punk Rising Scale, as well as 1 of the Punk Jam Fever in our extra deck. We're also playing 1 of the new Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, as part of the Fiendsmith package for this deck. Now, Rising Scales, of course, is a huge buff to the Punk deck. You can definitely get away with 2 copies, or I guess even 1 if you really only have 1, but I highly recommend a full playset. Rising Scale is not just good for the combo line, but is also an excellent extender. While this card alone raises the ceiling of what opening Amin by itself does, if you open Amin plus Rising Scale, your end board is looking ridiculous at that point. Now, I touched upon in my combo guide video yesterday a lot of why I'm playing the Fiendsmith stuff, because you really get to go into Fiendsmith stuff for free off a lot of Punk combo lines, and of course it's going to further elevate the ceiling of what our deck is able to do, adding like, you know, Desiree with the Omni Negate, potentially making Appaloosa as part of our board, or even before we go into our combo lines, so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, the deck, like I said, for the most part, is pretty self-explanatory. I'm on a full playset of Ghost Ogre, because not only could we summon it off of E-Tally, and by the way, Ghost Ogre works not just on hand, but on the field as well. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to destroy that card in the field, but also, of course, can be added off the Jam Dragon Drive. Extra deck is a little bit tight since we're playing Fiendsmith as well, but that's not really an issue because Punk has a pretty wide open extra deck. Like, I still had room to throw in stuff like Dragite and Psychic into Punisher in case we end up needing to go into that, you know, in addition to our turn 1 combo stuff. But yeah, I feel like it's overall a decently, you know, pretty self-explanatory list here. So, like I said, we are on Ranked Ladder, and I'm just going to dive right on in with our first game here. I wonder if we're going to run into a significant number of mirror matches. It'd be interesting if that were the case. Punk is probably going to be at an all-time popularity in exactly the next week or so. Maybe really the next month or so, but alright, so we are going first, which is pretty good. And we have both Amin as well as Rising Scale. So that's looking pretty good for us. Let's go with normal summon Amin. And even if we get hit with Valor, Imperm, or Ash Blossom on this, because we have Rising Scale in hand, we can actually definitely still pop off. Okay, so normally we would just go for Rising Scale here, but since we already have it in hand, I think I'm going to go for a Foxy tune for some potential follow-up extension plays. Alright, now they definitely have something over there. I'm wondering if it's going to be like a Maxi or a Foolos. I'm really hoping it's not one of those, because while I do have Droll and Lockbird, I'm trying to think, actually, how well does our deck play into Droll and Lockbird? Well, we're not going to be able to get those draws off the field spell if we do that, so now if they have Maxi or Foolos, or particularly Maxi, this would be the time for them to fire it off here. If they do have Maxi, we could just pivot into Little Knight Pass, so we'd even still get a search off the Rising Scales, so that wouldn't be terrible. I think I'm still playing Little Knight in this version. Alright, so Rising Scale, we're going to want to summon the Sharikusai here. Alright, it still seems like they've got something over there. Okay, was Maxi. They chose to wait a very long time before going into it. That's interesting. Okay. Now let me think for a second about this Droll and Lockbird here. So we'll fuse the stuff on field, that's fine. We won't get the draws or the Gabu, but I think we'll get everything else. And if it's a bunch of negates, that might even be worth drolling here. So let me think. I droll. Oh, but I won't be able to go into the already have the field spell. So that's actually uniquely not a problem here. That's right, that's the whole reason I can even consider it. You know what, I'm gonna go for it. We'll just see how far. I think we can get a pretty decent ways here. So yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of go for it here. The Droll and Lockbird. Alright. Wagon. I'll just get that anyway, and then Deer Note, yeah. I mean, if nothing else, we do set up the Amazing Dragon while giving them 0 draws here. Yeah, okay, so we'll go... You know what, we could still send a card from the deck to the graveyard. I'm wondering if I should go into Amazing Dragon or if I should go into Fiendsmith plays. I'll go into Amazing Dragon. You know, we're a punk deck. Let's do punk things. Hashtag just punk things. Is it worth it to send something to the graveyard here? It honestly might be just to chain block the Deer Note, so I'm going to do it that way. Okay. It doesn't seem like they had the response anyway, but I just wanted to be... better be safe than sorry. Yeah, so this again will go to the graveyard, obviously, because we can't add off of Droll here. Might just pick a Ghost Ogre anyway. I'd like to have Madam Spider around, ideally, and of course Zamines for follow-up plays. So I feel like milling a Ghost Ogre makes the most amount of sense here. And then we'll special summon the Sharakusai. Now I do actually have Foxy Tune in hand that I searched earlier. So I could activate to special and still go into Fiendsmith stuff, and that's actually definitely what I'm going to do here. I don't need to search for any of the Fiendsmith stuff, so we're able to do all of this under Droll and Lockbird. So, I was going to say, Droll actually ended up being a lot better on my turn than I thought it would be, but do remember that we did open the field spell, and this wouldn't really be possible without opening the field spell. At least not the punk stuff. We could still do Fiendsmith stuff, which I guess in that regard isn't that bad. You know, it's better than doing nothing under Max C for sure. Now, normally, I would just go into Desiree, but I'm actually considering going into a 3-material Appaloosa here instead. I think that's probably better in the grand scheme of things. I don't know, I'm thinking about it here. Yeah, let's do that. Because normally I'd have searched Dangerous Gabu, and I could just have, you know, used that for a monster negate, but... Alright, we set 3 Fiends. Oh wait, we're not going for... Well, you do still need 3 of the Fiends, to be fair, in order to summon Appaloosa here. Let's put back... I mean, we're just gonna end up... Actually, no. Boy, does it matter? Because we're putting back the we're putting back the Requiem anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we put back Lacrima. I guess it kind of does. I don't know. It might. Hopefully, it doesn't. All right, we still have the Engraver in there. We're gonna summon that. We're not gonna add it to hand because you could, in theory, you know, add it to discard to search Tract for Lurie, but we can't do that because we're under Droll. So. And then, yeah, we'll deal 1,200, because why not? Back sequence. Alright. Yeah, 3 Mad Appo plus the Amazing Dragon set up under Droll, playing through Max C. It's definitely not too bad. I guess we have Nib as like a full stop emergency button if things go really badly, but if we have to Nib, the things are going very badly. It's Dinomorphia. Yeah, we're definitely going to Appaloosa that. So this can be used at any point during the opponent's turn. So we could wait until their end phase and then just use Amazing Dragon to bounce a bunch of their back row. Kind of thinking that's what we're going to end up doing here. Into the main phase. Oh, they are threatening to battle. That is unfortunate. I mean, this is during the opponent's turn, so we'll let them go to battle phase. Oh, but you know what? I should have... Oh, no, we're not summoning Psychic Punisher. Because you have to summon a Punk Synchro specifically, right? Yeah, I was going to say I could go into Pep and have gotten the battle boost, but yeah, you have to go into specifically a Punk monster. Okay, so they're definitely onto me with the whole... amazing dragon thing, but we have to do this here anyway, because otherwise we just lose the... I mean, otherwise we just lose the shark who sign, then we can't do anything anyway, so... At least with this, next turn we could potentially... And we get a draw here too, but we can potentially... summon something back with the amazing dragon. I always want to call it the Imagine Dragon, like the fucking band. Alright. Main phase 2, they're probably just going to set a bunch and then pass. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, we could have bounced a couple of these if they hadn't have forced the battle phase there, but ooh, that's a really good draw. That's a very good draw. Okay, what graveyard effects do we have here? That's just in graveyard. All right, let's go. What punk monster do I want to summon here? If this card is special, this is just whenever it's special summon, not even by its own effect. Well, that's pretty broken. Let's summon that. Let's see if they chain anything here. Dinomorphia Frenzy. I will be Ash Blossoming that. I really don't like they have 3 other face down cards. Okay, no other chains there, which hopefully is good for me. Alright, let's go Chain Link 1. Chain Link 2. See what they do. The nice thing is, even if they like summon like Kent Regina or something, we can still Appaloosa it. What do I want to summon? We already have Gabu, right? We drew that, so let's get Amin. Let's see. If this card is Seagull summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of level 3. Ooh, I should have actually summoned Madam Spider to get another thing in the graveyard. I could send it still. I could normal summon it even. Yeah, let's normal summon it. Well, we don't have Amin in the graveyard though, right? So let me actually... Oh, but it's just level 3. Hang on. It's just level 3. Yeah, go away real quick. Let me see something. It's just different level 3 psychic monsters, right? And I have a Ghost Ogre in here. So that actually counts. So we're actually good. So we're going to add this to hand. JK. We're not sending it to the graveyard. I changed my mind. We can draw a card. I can go into the other... oh, wait. It's only one effect each turn, right? Never mind. Okay, so I can't even go into the other Amazing Dragon to bounce all the back row anyway. Is what I was kind of thinking there for a sec. I'd like to go for Desiree. So let's do that. What am I gonna link off? It doesn't really matter. I'll just link off the Rising Scales to make sequence here. I should have done this first. I should have... Pay half your life points. Okay, so there's something Zark. As well as activating Trap Trick. I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan of this. I'm getting very antsy now. I really just don't want to lose my whole board to like a Ferret Flames or something. That's Karma Cannon. That's what I'm going to lose my board to. Okay. Yeah, I was concerned about Ferret Flames in particular. This doesn't need to be negated because it's already negated. So yeah, that's fine. And then they're chaining card. Oh, I see what they're doing. Because now this gets flipped face down and it destroys all my cards. I get it. Yep. So I actually did have to... Well, negating it or turning it face down wouldn't have even done anything there, right? No, it wouldn't have. Okay. So that is 4K defense. That's really scary. But we do definitely still have options in hand. Let me activate Ogre Dance real quick. And probably just going to go for a Foxy tune, right? Oh, do we have to go for Amin? Do I not have another Foxy tune in deck? Surely I must, right? I do. Oh, but can I not? Oh, yeah, it's Ogre Dance. I have to add an on level 8, right? Okay. Give me a Foxy tune. And activate. Ooh, I already used the 2 effect. That's right, I did, didn't I? Oh, that's a problem. It's gonna be this Zark that does me in specifically. That's really annoying, especially because I summoned this in attack mode. Gain life once you go to that monster's original attack. I guess that would help me survive, but I don't like my long-term survivability. I mean, we might be able to get away with a pep win, actually. Let's just run with it and see what happens. This is why I don't like playing against Dinomorphia. It's not even any of the stuff that Dinomorphia does. It's just the fact that they always have either Karma Cannon or Ferret Flames. That's what's really annoying, honestly. Okay, so this is live. It can't be destroyed or targeted. This targets. Okay, never mind. They can just have it then. Yeah, the Ferret Flames / Karma Cannon and the Trap Trick, again, that to me is what I don't like about Dinomorphia. Playing against that deck. It's nothing about Dinomorphia. So Dinomorphia cards themselves are extremely manageable. It's when they have the blowout trap card on top of everything else that it becomes a little bit more of an issue. Okay, looks like we're going second this time. Maybe? Possibly? We are. Okay. So a lot of the reason that I played 44 cards was to fit in more hand traps, and because we have so many starters, I'm really hoping that pays off with this going second here. No hand traps. Love to see it. We do have a ton of plays going into our opponent's turn. Hopefully their board isn't like super scary or anything. Either leading with Primite Lordly Load for the Ether Barrel. Alright, really curious to see if they end up going into Blue Eyes stuff or not. There's the Drill Beam. This hand should be able to play through a Drill Beam. I mean, it's just one Drill Beam. Okay, there's Spirit. I feel like they're about to go full combo. That I am a lot more concerned about with a hand like this. If I see them extra normal summon a Sage, I won't lie to you all. I'm probably just going to concede and go on to the next game for our last one. Okay, yeah, they just have it. They super have it here. It's a shame. I really did hope that our... I mean, it's only one hand. You can't base your entire, like, oh, it's too bad our ratios didn't pay off. It's kind of what I was about to go into, but it's again, it's one hand. Hoping we can eke out one win here. I haven't had a live gameplay video that's been all losses yet, but I'm still satisfied with that first game because we still showed off a pretty solid turn 1 combo line playing through the Droll there. Going second yet again here, hoping to actually see some hand traps this time around. I almost want to play some more, but at the same time, I think I'd have to just further increase the deck size in order to fit in more. Okay, this looks a lot better. This is arguably almost too many hand traps. I'm kind of eating my words here. Now I would definitely like to see a starter, but that could be either a Fiendsmith card or a Punk card. We have a ton of different things we could draw here. Magical Musketeers, huh? Let's fire off the Maxine now, since I know they're about to go into the Link one. And looks like they have a response. Fiendsmith's Sanct. The only cards you control are no... If you have no control, Masons... Okay, so they get a token here, a Fiendsmith token. If you have no face-up monsters or only light fiends, you get a Fiendsmith token. And you're locked into fiends, I see. Okay. Spoiler Trap card is activated. Special summon level 4 musket monster from deck. I'm actually not going to stop this, because I want to draw. I need a starter. There we go. Okay. Now I can stop their stuff. Yeah, if I already had, like, a, like any starter in hand, I would have just, negated that right off the bat. Let's definitely Veiler this. And then if they had like a call by or something, we could imperm or cross out. And then we still have Ash Blossom for if they have a non, effect monster searcher. Rage, we can imperm that. That's good. Oh, this is looking great. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. This is a little more like it. Oh, that's a beautiful draw, too. Since we already have the E-Telly. Yeah, I should have done this during the draw phase, but whatever. I'll just fire off Imperm now. Should I lead with Fiendsmith or Punk stuff? I'll lead with Punk stuff. Maybe they won't concede. I feel like if I go straight Fiendsmith, they'll just, like, snap concede. Ooh, they have something. Okay. Oh, it's just it's the rage. Got it. Okay. Let's add Ogre Dance because we already have Rising Scales in hand. And then we can go Ogre Dance, 2F. I'll probably just add Madam Spider here. That would make the most amount of sense, I think. Yes, let's do that. Because we already have the field spell in hand. Well, I mean that we can have the field spell in hand. Because that didn't really make any sense the way I said that. We already have the field spell in hand, so if I need to summon Madam Spider, I can already do that. That's what I meant to say. I kind of made it sound like, oh, we already have the field spell in hand, so we can, I don't know, do something else. Yeah, we'll just go for Sharkusa. I'm just gonna do, like, turn 1 stuff for a little bit until I go to summon an 11, and that'll probably just be Pep, and then we'll just swing for lethal. But we'll just pay a bunch of life points before we do that. We also have Fiendsmith stuff we can do. I don't want to walk into a Nib, ideally, but I guess I'm already on the way to doing that, so we'll just continue to do it. That's horrible logic, but it's the logic I'm using. Yeah, this is fine. To be fair, even if they nib at exactly this point, it'll be with Deer Note on the field, so I can at least summon off of that. Okay, they don't have it. Oh, let's do this first. Let's activate. I should have activated this a lot sooner, actually. I don't know what I was thinking. That's a really bad habit I have, actually, of not playing the field spell until I normally need it in the combo line. If I'd had it on board before, I would have gotten extra draws for the life points I was paying. It's a misplay on my part. Yeah, I'll just bring back... You know what? I might bring back Yeah, I'll bring back Sharkusa. It's fine. We can add a Ghost Ogre because we already have Madam Spider. And let's draw. Not a bad draw. Actually, it doesn't really matter. That's Rising Scales isn't gonna get any use really here, so. Alright, let's search. So our life point differential is 3k right now. I'm just trying to think for Pep. I mean, yeah, well, I already had enough for lethal on board with Pep anyway. So our life point differential was 3,000. I could have synchroed any of my level 3 tuners plus Jam Dragon Drive into Pep. Pep F, pay 1,000, banish another one of the level 3 tuners plus their monster. Now our life point differential is 4,000. Pep starts at 35, gains attack points rather equal to life point differential. So that would have put up to 7,500. All of my Punk tuners have more than 500 attack. So yeah, that would have been lethal no matter what there. All right, cool. So looking at my timer here, this one's a little bit short for live gameplay. I guess not quite a build and play because I didn't build, and that usually does add to the timer. So I guess that's where the extra time went. But yeah, I think that overall I'm pretty satisfied with the changes to Punk here. It is a lot more in line with what a competitive deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2025 should feel like, I think. It has more combo lines. It can play with Fiendsmith. That's always a plus. But it has native combo lines that can play through Nibiru as well, which is very nice. Again, if you're interested in seeing me explain a lot of these lines further in depth, feel free to check out the description below to see the combo guide for this deck, this exact list even. But that's going to go ahead and do it for now. Thank you so very much for watching, especially all the way till the end of the video. That is the best way to support not just my channel, but any smaller YouTube channel. So I really do want to thank you for that support. But that's all I got for you for this one, so let's move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.